Hey guys, the Season 9 patch was just dropped today, which the patch is tomorrow, so yeah, it makes sense. So we're gonna go ahead and get right on into it, and we'll go over the patch notes here. Yeah, February 13th, 2024. Season 9, which is I think it's Champions, which it's weird that it's Champions, it's Eldritch Horror. I don't quite. Maybe you're a champion against the Eldritch Horror kind of stuff. I don't. I get maybe because the champion rank. I'm not sure, but that's the mode. New event, Cosmic Crisis. They went over that in the video. Basically, it's like this Eldritch Horror thing, the big little mouth thing in Eco Point Antarctica. Um, so face off against Eldritch Abominations and the twisted reality of Cosmic Crisis. A brand new co-op mission. So it's our like archives kind of thing. Work with three other players to repair your ship and escape the ruins of Eco Point Antarctica while fighting the monstrous Null Sector. So there's let me get this right. So there's Null Sector and Eldritch Horror. That's it's weird. Like why can't you just have the Eldritch Horror stuff? Keep an eye on your teammates. An ancient power lurks in the shadows, waiting for a chance to strike. Now, that sounds like it would be like some Reaper shit right there. I'm just saying. Like Reaper would come and like teleport in, like teleporting, like because he fucking announces it like he has a fucking mega horn. But yeah, competitive play updates. With your feedback, we made improvements to competitive play that aim to provide more transparency in your progress after each match. We've introduced a new skill tier and competitive rewards to earn, which we've gone over several videos ago. Um, Skill rank reset. Given the significant changes to our heroes and addition of newer skill tier, this reset is designed to give all players a chance to climb higher than ever before. All roles in role queue and open queue have competitive play and have been reset to unranked. Um, so, like I've mentioned before, if you're gold, plat, silver, you're probably gonna be in that range after the reset, regardless. Um, there might be some few that might make it a little bit higher or lower. Your biggest influxes, from what I understood, you have for some reason, a giant gap of people in bronze that should probably flux down to silver to smooth that field, that basically a bell curve more of. And then you also have a high amount of masters as well, from what I've understood. So like your gap is like it's like it's like raining down here. You have your bronze, then your silver, and your gold, and then your plat, diamond, masters, grandmasters. So it's like, yeah, it's like a weird like wave instead of like a bell curve, which I think is more ideal what they're looking for. Placements have been rebuilt from the ground up. Your predicted rank will be displayed after each placement match. You must compete in 10 matches to receive your skill rank for that role. Winning your placements will have significant impact on your final rank. Yeah, we've gone over, and I did like the predictive rank while you're doing your placements, which isn't too bad. It has pluses and minuses, but it's not too bad actually. Um, Competitive updates have been reworked. Instead of requiring 5 wins or 15 losses to get competitive updates, updates are now happen after each match, which is great for better transparency. Uh, let's see, going forward, the competitive updates page now hosts information about your ranks in role queue and open queue, as well as your progress towards competitive rewards. That's actually pretty good. Uh, Skill modifiers. Modifiers now appear on the competitive progress page after each match. Skill modifiers provide information on how much rank will be gained, how much rank will gain or lose progress after each match, including wins or lost streaks, rank instability, and match favorability. If I remember right, looking at the pictures that they've posted before, all it does is show you the progress bar and just like a green or red on there. I wish it would show you like each like what impacted on above the bar, but maybe it will, and they just haven't showed it. But we'll see. New new skill tier champion. A new rank has been added above Grandmaster called Champion. That is more exclusive than any other rank in Overwatch. Only an exceedingly small percentage of players will ever occupy this echelon of competitive play. So maybe the top 20 players of the top 500 will get it. Yeah, we'll see. Versus screen. The range of ranks for each player in a match of competitive play is now displayed on the same screen where both teams are shown with their name cards, player icons, and titles. Okay. So they're gonna show like each team. It sounds like maybe like each team, like they're like bronze 5, gold 1 above the team. I'm assuming. So you kind of give a little bit idea. Like I'm assuming the gold team is predictive to win. So you kind of have an idea that you're gonna get screwed over if you somehow still win. Because that there was that one thing that was like, oh, you're predicted to win, but you won, and then you lose rank somehow. Um, let's see, new grouping requirements. Let's see, bronze through diamond players may group with other players within 2 skill tiers of their own skill rank. Master players may group with other players within 1 skill tier of their own skill rank. Grandmaster players may only group with other players within 3 skill divisions of their own skill rank. Champion players may group with only one other player within 3 skill divisions of their own skill rank. So generally, what the top 500 players are gonna probably enjoy playing with their friends, um, for 10 games. Like if you have a large group of friends, maybe like some of the big streamers and everything, maybe they might have fun for 10 games, and then it's like, well, I'll take this person, you take this person, and we'll just start queuing. Like I'm assuming that's what's going to end up happening. Art and UI updates. Okay. Skill tier and skill division. Oh yeah. So the icons look different. The comprehensive skill tier legend has been redesigned to include updated, yeah, competitive points. This was a big thing that people were talking about. Um, so each win now grants 10 competitive points. Each draw now grants 5 competitive points. Each loss still grants 0. Get wrecked. Competitive progression. Competitive challenges that award additional competitive points at the end of the season have been replaced with a new competitive progression system. Every match grants progress towards your competitive progression meter, and after earning 30, you will receive an additional 100 competitive points. Okay. Wins award 3 progress towards a competitive progression meter, and draws and losses reward 1. So you just keep playing, and you eventually you fill the little bar, and you get 100 points. Okay. Competitive rewards. Resident Sleeper, yo. Um, Jade weapon variants have been reduced. Each Jade weapon variant costs 3,000 competitive points, which is on point for what the gold weapons are. All players will start this season with a balance of 0 competitive points. All existing competitive points have been converted into a new legacy competitive points. Each golden weapon variant now costs 3,000 legacy points to purchase. At the end of the competitive year, any remaining balance of the competitive points converts to legacy competitive points. So I'm assuming competitive year. So what, season 8, 9, 10, 11? So after so season 12 you might have maybe 12, 12 or 13 if I'm right, because I think it's like what, every 3 months for a season. So season 12 you might, it's going to reset. At the start of the season only, the internal matchmaking ratings for all players have been adjusted to push the players closer to a normalized average, approximately gold 3. So if you're gold 3, you're average. Matchmaking ratings have been decayed. The higher rank, the more it is decayed. Most players will start at a lower rank and division than their most recent rank. Okay. No, I guess you can ideally. I think they tried that? What, season 1 or 2? Where they're like, oh, we're gonna place you lower, but you should be able to climb right out, and then just a lot of people didn't. Or like you'd get the people who placed in masters and grandmaster would be for some reason put in bronze. I think that was season 2. It was really weird. Competitive challenges. Competitive challenges have been removed. Rewards and progress for competitive play are now displayed on the competitive progress page, and titles are rewarded at the end of the season. Okay. Player progression. Add a new set of visual upgrades. Hero/game mode badge upgrades start at level 500. Progression level badge upgrades start at level 2500. The fuck? Wrecking Ball title rewards are renamed from Champion to Champ to align with Junker Queen's usage of the title and the avoid of confusion with the Champion rank. The confusion with the Champion rank, like it's in a freaking card, like, or like a little thing that you see on a card, or it can be competitive. You don't really see people's titles all that often. I guess if you hit tab too, but nobody's gonna be confused by that. If it says champ or champion versus champion rank competitor or something, like you can easily tell the difference. But I guess because Junker Queen calls it champ, like, it makes a little bit more sense. I'm more okay with that than the confusion. Adjusted amount needed to level up certain sub badges for Malga and LRA. Okay, fine with that. Friend endorsements. The big changes for endorsements. The endorsements is only the endorsement is only eligible if you're in the match for a set duration. Makes sense. Endorsements are subject to the configured cooldown period of 12 hours. Okay. Endorsements are subject to cooldown even if you unfriend the recipient. Cool. Added so for settings, you have added a feature for controller keyboard users that remembers what you had focus when backing out of screens. Okay. Crosshair update. New reticle types have been added. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the square, box, line, tri-wing, and fall off. I think I'd like the fall off. Maybe if you're doing like a Junkrat, maybe. Tri-wing. I don't remember what tri. I think I've seen tri-wing and other stuff before, and I can't remember what I've seen it. New reticle dots have been added. Ring, square, triangle, cross, and heart. I could have swore they had the. And I guess that was a reticle type, not a dot. Okay. I thought they had the cross before. I just ended up making crosses. New reticle color options have been added: brown, dark red, light red, light purple, gray, and teal. I, for me being partially colorblind in the Proto-Pania area, so like reds don't stand out as well. Yeah, I guess if you're in the other spectrums of color blindness, I guess it helps. All right, so we got hero updates. General developer comments. Season 9 features changes to fundamentals of Overwatch 2 gameplay that affect every hero. We've heard the community feedback around some gameplay pain points, and these changes are in response to many of those. So basically, they've added a lot of different size for projectiles, bullets, everything like that. They've given some examples, but like honestly, like I don't. They put the examples for like um, so basically for a lot of these like 0.05 meters for hit scan projectiles with high fire rates or spreads. So basically anyone with any type of shotgun or tracer pistols. Now, I don't know if I consider like Soldier 76 technically high fire. Like, I guess never mind. It says for more they're more precise. So yeah, they give some examples, but it doesn't give like every like a list of heroes. Um, but yeah. Um, so here's one of the like the meat and potatoes kind of thing for this. So so 150 to 75 heroes, or sorry, 150 to 75 HP heroes are increased by 25 HP. So that is Brig, Diva, Baby Diva, Lifeweaver, Tracer, and Widow. 200 to 300 HP heroes increase by 50. So that includes Anna, Ashe, Bap, Cassidy, Echo, Genji, Hanzo, Alari, Junkrat, Kiriko, Lucio, Mei, Moira, Pharah, Reaper, Sojourn, Soldier 76, Sombra, Symmetra, Torb, and Zenyatta. And then you get 300 plus HP tanks increased by 75 or 100. So the tanks that are increased by 75 are Diva and her mech, Doom, Junker Queen, Orisa, Ramattra, Ryan. Ryan, you get 50 health and 25 armor. Sigma is only to his shield, actually, not his health pool. Winston, Ball, and Zarya. And then for 100, you get Mauga and Roadhog. It will actually be listed later. I just wanted to save you some time. Maybe you want to go back to this point, kind of rewind. Um, but yeah, yeah, each hero's will be listed below. Uh, ultimate charge. All ultimate abilities cost increase by 10%. So you'll hit more and you'll ult less. Your ult should kind of like be the same roughly. Regenerative passive for all heroes. All heroes now regenerate 20 health per second after 5 seconds of not taking damage. Okay, so it's basically useless for tanks. Um, support role passive now reduce the delay before regeneration begins by half, 2.5 seconds. Now the damage one was the big kind of thing. Reload speed bonus on elimination has been removed. Hanzo remains embrace. Uh, new role passive. Damage dealing reduces enemy healing received by 20% for 2 seconds. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's definitely gonna, like, basically, if you're gonna spray and pray a team just to get that buff going, or that debuff going, could you imagine, like, a Torb turret just unloading on people, or being a Symmetra, just holding left click and just spreading your beam around just to hit people to not get them heals, like especially during like an ult or something. Pretty pretty crazy. Quick melee damage increased from 30 to 40. I'm assuming to counteract for having larger health pools. Baby Diva, we've went over the health pools, but pilot health, 150 to 75, got the 25. The mech has got 75. Self destruct, explosion maximum damage increase from 900 to 1,000. So her her ultimate, you got to get it a little bit further out, but honestly, just line of sight it. Inner exposure radius, range for the maximum damage before fall off begins, increase from 4 to 6 meters. Again, just line of sight it. Should be good. Doomfist just had a health increase on here. And then max impact damage increased from 50 to 75. And max wall slam damage increased from 30 to 40. Not really what Doom needs. He needs more on his left click, to be honest, to make him even more effective, from what I've heard. Junker Queen, she's got her health increased by 75. Wound damage over time increased from 60 to 90. Mauga, actually, wound damage over time. Okay, so it buffed her damage over time to counteract health increases. Mauga just health increase, Orisa health increase, Ramacha health increase. Reinhardt just went over the armor and health they increased. And then he got a rocket. His hammer actually hit a little. His hammer hits a little harder, so he put a little more jet fuel in his rocket hammer. Oh, and then I just forgot the pin also does 275 now instead of 225 to make sure to one shot those extra squishy people. Roadhog increased health. Sigma increased health. Obviously, Winston got his health and armor increase. Tesla cannon damage increase from 60 to 75 damage per second. And he does need a little bit of health, or not health, damage increase. And then primal rage, his primal punch damage increased from 40 to 50. Honestly, I kind of forget that thing actually does damage. Most of the time, you're just trying to knock around somebody into your team or off the edge. Um, Armor increase. Yeah, 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 I went over that. Zarya health increase. Her beam goes a little bit wider to be able to hit more targets. Makes sense. Then we got damage. Ash got a health increase. Bob's weapon damage went up by 3 per shot. So yeah, Bob needs a little love too. Bastion just health increase. Cassidy health increase. Deadeye initial damage rate increase from 130 to 150. Damage rate increase from 260 to 300. So yeah, the initial damage, like from starting it, it goes up a little bit, and then the maximum pretty much goes to 300, which would kill anyone but a tank. Um, I guess if you hold it long enough, yeah, you'll kill a tank. Um, Health increase for Echo, and then widen her beam. Um, and then her ultimate got a buff to increase health values. It makes sense. Genji, his health increased as we went over. Swing recovery decreased from 0.9 to 0.7 seconds. So you're going to be going from to. Yeah, I guess it's hard to actually manipulate that fast of a second, but just no, use your imagination there. Hanzo had his health increase. Damage, storm arrows got a buff. Damage increased from 65 to 75. Okay, and then cooldown reduced from 10 to 8 seconds. So that gives Hanzo a little bit of love. I see Hanzo's every so often, but not as much as like Widows or Ashes as much. At least in the sniper category. Also, I don't know if you consider Sojourner a sniper, the damage her railgun does, but yeah, I can consider that too. Junkrat, his healthy gun increase. His left click base projectile size reduced from 0.25 to zero point 0.2, but I believe if I remember right, his the blast radius when it does hit somebody is a little bit bigger, so it kind of we'll see how that goes. Mage health increase. Here's the meat and potatoes of this section. Um, so this is Farah. Obviously, her health increase. So her left click, or not sure what it is on the consoles. It's gonna be some. So your primary, I should say. Um, recovery reduced from 0.85 to zero point 0.8 seconds, so you'll shoot a little bit faster. The projectile speed increased from 35 to 40 seconds, 35 to 40 meters per second. So your uh, your rockets will also shoot or go faster. And then you won't take as much. You'll take half the amount of damage that you do for your. Uh, you'll take half the amount of damage for your explosion. Jet dash, new secondary fire ability, provide a quick horizontal boost in a direction as she's moving. 8-second cooldown, uh, or you can set a setting to do a double jump. So it's exactly just like Hanzo's little burst there. You just, or Life Weaver as well. Jump Jet, which is your first ability, or on mouse and keyboard, it will be Shift. Um, so your is a new or no now sorry Jump Jet now restores 50% of hover jet's fuel. Okay, and can briefly overfill the maximum fuel. You can briefly overfill the maximum fuel amount. That's interesting. So you'll be kind of floating, and you hit it. It can go over your. Okay, that's cool. Vertical boost height reduced by 20%. Okay, so you go up a little bit less, which if you're a decent Pharah, you're generally hitting the roof of the map anyway. Cooldown increase to from 10 to 14 seconds. Oof, that's rough. Like I like it. That's gonna be a little rough to just thinking about it. Concussive blast cooldown decreased from 9 to 7 seconds. More booping. Explosion now deals 30 damage to enemy targets. Okay, that's not too bad. Like, I also be a little finisher too. Like as you're trying to get away and you want to finish somebody, you just concussion and get out. That's kind of like if you're full clipping as a tracer, and you just not getting enough damage, you just melee and then recall out. So it's kind of like that. Um, and then knockback reduced by 10%. Oof. I love the knockback on there because it gets me out of so much danger. Barrage now instantly refills hover jets for fuel. That's actually pretty good because like if you're running low on fuel and you're in the air, you just pop your ult to kill somebody or one or two people, and then you can just jet out. I'm terrible, I know. Hover jets. Speed boost increased from 20 to 40%. Okay, so you go up in the air faster. Um, now requires landing to recharge fuel. God damn it. Can now be activated without fuel to slow your descent. So, like a Mercy hover or an Echo hover. Farah has a significant update that empowers her individual plays and shifting her movement capabilities from high up in the air to more horizontal movement that can cover distance quickly. I don't. I like being high up in the air, away from everybody, and kind of like tactically planning like who I'm gonna attack. I like that play style. I don't know if this is gonna be better. We'll make sure to check it out tomorrow though. But we'll see. I'm not gonna hate on it without trying it first. Reaper got a health increase. Sojourn health increase. Her railgun secondary fire base projectile size reduced from zero point 0.1 to 0.05. So, or zero point 0.7, sorry, not 7.5. So her railguns are going to be harder to hit. So if you're in Masters, Grandmasters, Top 500, Champion, you're probably not going to notice much of a difference. If you're in the metal ranks, um, or in Diamond, Diamond players might actually notice a little difference. But if you're a metal rank master, um, you're gonna probably this is probably gonna hurt you a little bit more. Unless you're the problem that you're in these ranks is your positioning more, like your aim's fine. Yeah, you get the point. Soldier health increase, Sombra health increase, Symmetra shields increase, um, photon projector, primary fire beam width increase from zero point 0.2 to 0.25. Everything else is getting a little bit bigger. Might as, might as well just be called the Texas patch because everything's getting bigger. Just thought about that. Tor health increase, Tracer health increase, Widowmaker health increase. Okay. So we're on to supports. And we got another big change coming. So stay tuned. I know the health increase. I'm trying to speed through the health increases because we kind of went over that a little bit. Anna Bap Brig, Anna Bap Brig health increase. Rocket Flail. So her main primary weapon damage increase from 35 to 45, so it does a little bit more damage. That's fine. Ilari, health increase from, yeah, she got a health increase. Kira health increase. Um, her main attack got a little bit like it's harder to hit. Her kunais, hopefully she'll be less of a duelist at lower ranks because it kind of sucks. Lifeweaver health increase. Lucio got a health increase. His sound wave, so his like little knockback ability. Damage health or damage not damage health. Damage increased from 25 to 35. Knockback increased 12%. That's actually pretty cool. Again, we love the boops. Uh, movement lockout duration increased from 0.3 to 0.45. So uh, you can't really do your movement stuff a little bit or for a little bit. That's pretty cool. I like increasing the boops. Mercy's got I believe they got a buff from what I was seeing. Guardian she got a health increase obviously. Guardian Angel active duration on jump crouch cancel reduced from from 1.5 to 1 second. That's fine. Sympathetic recovery passive health recovery increase from 25 to 40% of healing dealt. So we're going back to probably a mercy meta. We'll see. We'll see. Um, Moira health increase. Her secondary secondary fire damage increase from 50 to 65 damage per second. So her the purple thing is gonna do more damage. Secondary fire acquisition radius increase from zero point 0.6 to 0.7 meters. So it's basically going to hit a target a little bit within a certain radius a little easier. Uh, Zen got a health and shield increase. Perfectly fine. Here's another. I say here's the carrots, the meat and potatoes. Um, because you got a little, yeah, a little veg to go with it. Like if you do like a roast, you know. Um, so they updated Junkertown. New nighttime lighting theme, which would be pretty cool to be honest. And we'll get to kind of what somewhat of a preview will look like. New building near the first point to provide more cover and blocking long sight lines. I I'm this is just getting really annoying because like I'm no pro with any of the snipers to be honest, but it just seems like they're kind of just keep hitting all these like adding these anti sniper stuff, and it's just getting kind of annoying. Like what's wrong? Like what's wrong with having a map? Like there's like what you have Junkertown, Rialto, and there was like one other one I can't remember. That's actually like your good sniper maps. There's how many maps, and you can't let two or three of them be for a sniper? Like, come on. Like, let widows have widow duels. Um, Added a water tower near the first point to block sight lines from upper choke positions. Added more vehicles near the cliff to provide additional cover and block sight lines. Um, Reduce the cliffside path to tighten the space and reduce the overall footprint of the area. So reduce the cliffside path to tighten the space, reduce overall. Okay. So like the very edge on the first point, that very edge, so like it's pretty wide, so they're kind of just shortening it. Um, removed a small health pack on the secondary area balcony that was easy for defenders to overuse. Oh yeah, yeah. So like when you first go in after you get capture point A, and then it makes that roundabout, and that long sight line, that first long sight line, where there's like the little window up top there, straight up above. You have that little health pack, and then right next to it's um like a little wall there that you can kind of just hide out. So that's interesting. Added a vertical beam at second choke uh, to pr- to promote movement out of the upper floor to make the choke easier to defend. Second point. Add a vertical beam at the second choke point to promote movement out of the upper floor. Okay, I see. So the first choke point, I'm I'm trying to think because the first choke point I think is the I think the first is that first long pathway. Your second one would be your second pathway, but I'm not 100% certain because they just say choke point. So like I don't know. Widen and added cover in a hallway in the third area to make the close quarter fights easier to maneuver. Okay. We've added more cover, including new structures, to help counter some of the long sight lines around the first checkpoint. Additional changes in the third area allow attackers to push through certain chokes more easily. Yeah, I'll say like attacking on Junkertown, at least after point A, kind of feels pretty crappy. Just a bunch of other patch notes, like for Doomfist, like this is only like a hairline, or like a hair of the amount of bugs known for Doomfist. It's crazy. Thank you guys for watching. I'll make sure to see you guys next time for the next video. Please make sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. See you guys next time. Peace.